Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, Comments and Responses TJ. I hope you are all doing well. This week, we are going to prepare for the comments in the section, Let's Find Hidden Pearls. We are in the week of September 23rd to 29th, in which we will be analyzing Psalm 88 and 89. Let's begin. The first question is: what is the difference between being faithful and being loyal? Before answering the question, let's read the Bible text. Psalm 89:37 says, "As the moon, it will be firmly established forever, like a faithful witness in the sky." Alright, so the answer to the question is: the difference between being faithful and being loyal, as mentioned in Psalm 89:37, has much to do with what motivates each quality. Being faithful means fulfilling something consistently, but that faithfulness may simply come from a sense of duty or responsibility. On the other hand, being loyal implies much more, because it arises from a deep feeling of love and commitment towards someone. Additional comments. For example, in Psalm 89:37, it says that the moon is a faithful witness in the sky. This refers to the fact that the moon is always there, following its cycle night after night. It's reliable, always appearing, which makes it faithful. However, we cannot say that the moon is loyal, because loyalty goes beyond simply fulfilling something. Loyalty, according to the Bible, implies a strong emotional attachment, a demonstration of love that cannot be applied to inanimate things like the moon, which has no feelings. In summary, faithfulness is doing what you are supposed to do, but loyalty is doing it because you love and deeply care. Loyalty stands firm even when things aren't going well, because it is based on genuine affection for the other person. Let's move on to the next question. What spiritual gems have you found about Jehovah, ministry, and other topics in this week's Bible reading? Psalm 88:1 says, "O Jehovah, the God of my salvation, by day I cry out for help, and by night I come before you." Alright, so the comment is: although the psalmist is overwhelmed by pain, he continues to pray to Jehovah day and night. This teaches us that even when things aren't improving or we don't feel we are receiving a clear answer, we must keep praying. Maintaining that connection with God in moments of distress is key because, even if we don't see it immediately, God is always listening. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 88:3-7 says, "For my soul is full of calamities, and my life is on the verge of the grave. I am counted among those going down into the pit. I have become a man without strength, left among the dead, like the slain who lie in a grave, whom you no longer remember and who are cut off from your protection. You have put me in the lowest pit, in dark places, in the depths. Your rage weighs heavily upon me, and you overwhelm me with your powerful waves." Alright, so the comment is: the psalmist doesn't hide his pain, on the contrary, he clearly expresses it to Jehovah, explaining how badly he feels. This reminds us that we can be completely honest with God in our prayers. If we are sad, anxious, or distressed, we should not hold back those feelings but rather share them with Him. This helps us feel closer to Jehovah since we don't have to hide our emotions before Him. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 88. 8 and 18 says, "You have distanced my acquaintances from me, you have made me something detestable to them. I am trapped and cannot escape. You have distanced my friends and companions from me, now darkness is my closest companion." Alright, so the comment is, the psalmist speaks of how his friends and acquaintances have abandoned him, which can make him feel more alone. However, despite that isolation, he continues to speak with God, which teaches us that even when people may fail us or leave us alone during difficult times, Jehovah never abandons us. He is always there to listen, even when we feel misunderstood or distant from others. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 89. 1-2 says, "I will sing forever about Jehovah's loyal love. With my mouth, I will proclaim your faithfulness to all generations. For I have said, loyal love will remain forever, you have firmly established your faithfulness in the heavens." Alright, so the comment is, the psalm begins with the declaration that Jehovah's love and loyalty are eternal. This teaches us that we can fully trust Jehovah because He always keeps His promises. Although things may not happen when or how we want, we can be sure that God will never fail us. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 89. 3-4 says, "I have made a covenant with my chosen one, I have sworn to my servant David, I will establish your descendants forever, and I will make your throne endure for all generations." Alright, so the comment is, the psalm reminds us of the covenant that Jehovah made with David, ensuring that his line of descendants would reign forever. This covenant was fulfilled over time, culminating in Jesus, which shows us that Jehovah has a long-term plan. Even though we may not always see how His purposes unfold immediately, we can be confident that He never forgets His promises. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 89. 6-8 says, "For who in the heavens can compare to Jehovah? Among the sons of God, who is like Jehovah? God is deeply respected in the assembly of the holy ones, He is great and awe-inspiring to all those around Him. O Jehovah God of armies, O Jah, who is mighty like you? Your faithfulness surrounds you." Alright, so the comment is, the writer reflects on Jehovah's incomparable greatness, saying that no being in heaven or on earth can compare to Him. This reminds us that no matter how great or difficult our problems may be, Jehovah is far more powerful than anything we face. Trusting in His power helps us see our problems from a different perspective, knowing that He can solve any difficulty. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 89. 17 says, "For you are the glory of their strength, and by your favor, our power is exalted." Alright, so the comment is, this verse tells us that Jehovah is the one who gives us the strength and protection we need. This teaches us that we are not alone when facing difficulties because we can rely on the strength that Jehovah provides. When we feel we can't go on, it's important to remember that our true strength comes from God. That was the analysis of the comments and responses for this week's Hidden Pearls. I hope it is very helpful to you, my dear brothers and sisters. I send you a big hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.